Alright, so this is the current state of affairs for polytrim. Is you can draw patches on the surface, and you can draw multiple patches if you desire. And then we compute the cuts, and then select a seed, and it will color those regions, which is pretty nice, and they're very precise. There is one really brutal lingering error, and it's in these lines, in case you're wondering. 1176 and 1213, which are equivalent because of how poorly this code section is written, but they're basically doing the same thing in different scenarios, so it'd be a great opportunity for a single function, but the code's duplicated. And sometimes if we do like a really long cut, and I don't know if it's because of the density of the cut or if a longer cut just gives more opportunity for this chance happening, but somehow this error is getting past my checks, where it should never get there if it has the kind of problem that it's claiming to have. But alas, okay, so we've got a bad segment here. Let's delete that. Oops. Okay, so we'll compute the cut, and today we rolled the dice and it worked. Let's try one more time. But basically, what's happening here is each time you draw a segment, the cut is computed from face-to-face live, agnostic of all the other cuts. But then when it goes to actually execute the cut and commit that cut to the geometry, sometimes, for example, that's not a good example in this so far, but sometimes a cut will intersect the same edge because of how it enters and exits a face. And in more complex situations like this, you know, a cut would actually affect another cut, but these are prohibited this time. Well, anyway, so that cut data is pre-computed, and then the error that's getting read back is that somehow that cut data is missing. But part of the check before starting to actually execute all the cuts is one check is that all the cut data has been pre-computed. So it is baffling to me. I can't seem to get it to fail for us. So let's try again. Doesn't matter if we cut over the same segment. It's actually pretty cool when you go to commit it, it will uncolor. Let's try that. That looks highly likely to cause a problem. There we go. So in those same in those lines that I pointed out earlier, it's claiming that the cut data, which is a dictionary for the current segment that it's trying to execute, does not exist. There's a key error, so that there's no data for that particular segment. So I don't understand why, but that's what I'm working on right now. A few to-dos that could really move things along is right now we've got sketch based strokes and single line based strokes, but a way to kind of make these a little more editable, like with curves, kind of like poly strips, would be great. So let's nope. So now we're definitely getting problems. And okay.